My dentist asked if I knew someone else was using my insurance every month. Dr. Holbrook had been my dentist for 8 years, so when she called me in for an urgent consultation, I assumed I needed a root canal or something equally expensive. Instead, she closed the door to her office and pulled up my insurance records on her computer. "We need to talk about something strange," she said, turning the monitor toward me. "Someone's been using your dental insurance for the past 6 months. Different person each time, but always using your policy number and your name." My blood went cold. The screen showed claims for 5 different people, treatments ranging from cleanings to crowns, all billed under my insurance. The addresses were all different, scattered across the city. "Identity theft?" I asked, already mentally canceling credit cards. Dr. Holbrook shook her head. "That's what I thought at first. But look at the dates." She pointed to the screen. Every appointment was on the second Thursday of the month, always at 2 p.m., the exact time of my standing appointment that I'd had for years. "Someone at another office is billing your insurance during your regular appointment time, knowing it won't conflict." She pulled up photos from the other dental office's files, standard practice for insurance verification. 5 different faces stared back at me. An elderly man, a teenage girl, a middle-aged woman, 2 young kids. None of them looked alike, but something nagged at me about the teenage girl's face. "Can you zoom in on that one?" The photo expanded, and my heart stopped. It was my daughter. Not my daughter exactly, but close enough to be her sister. Same distinctive nose, same unusual green eyes with gold flecks, the same slight gap between the front teeth. Those were my features, my genetics, staring back at me from a stranger's face. Dr. Holbrook noticed my reaction. "You recognize her? She looks like my kid," I said weakly. "But that's impossible. I only have 2 children." Over the next week, I hired a private investigator. What he found destroyed my entire world. The other dental office was across town, in a neighborhood I'd never visited, but the security footage he obtained showed someone I definitely recognized. My brother, Paul, accompanying each patient. Paul, who'd been borrowing money from me for years, claiming he was struggling to pay for his kids' medical bills. Paul, who I'd trusted with my personal information when he'd said he needed it for emergency contact forms. The investigator dug deeper. The 5 people using my insurance weren't random identity theft victims. They were Paul's children, not his official children with his wife, but 5 different kids from 5 different women, all being raised in various parts of the city, none knowing about the others. My brother had been living multiple lives, and I'd been unknowingly funding his secret family's dental care. When I confronted Paul, he broke down immediately. It had started with one affair. One child he couldn't put on his own insurance without his wife finding out. He'd remembered my insurance details from when I'd helped him fill out forms. One kid became 2, then 3. He'd been juggling child support, school fees, and medical costs for 5 secret children for years. The money he'd borrowed from me all went to keeping these kids afloat. "I used your insurance because I knew you'd never check," he admitted. "Same appointment time every month, different names on the paperwork. I figured the offices would never cross-reference." His wife, Janet, had no idea. 20 years of marriage, and she thought their 2 sons were his only children. The other women didn't know about each other either. Each thought they were the only affair, the only secret he was keeping. I gave Paul 48 hours to come clean to everyone, or I would. He begged me to reconsider, but I couldn't be complicit in this anymore. The fallout was catastrophic. Janet divorced him immediately, took the house and half his pension. The 5 other women formed an unexpected alliance, suing him collectively for years of unpaid proper child support. But those 5 kids, my secret nieces and nephews, they were innocent in all this. After the dust settled, I kept paying for their dental insurance, this time legally and properly. I figured someone had to look out for them, and Paul certainly couldn't anymore. Dr. Holbrook still shakes her head every time I come in. "In 30 years of practice," she says, "that's the wildest insurance fraud case I've ever seen that technically wasn't even fraud, just family drama with a dental plan twist." The teenage girl, Sophia, reached out last month. She'd learned about me during the divorce proceedings. We had coffee and looking at. Her was like looking at a young female version of myself. She asked if I was angry about the insurance thing. I told her the only thing I was angry about was not knowing she existed sooner. 5 kids' dental bills are expensive, but 5 new family members? That's priceless.